Good evening from the workshop. I'm doing this video just as a bit of an update, purely so there's some content, because I haven't actually posted anything for 2 weeks. So yeah, just been so busy I haven't had a chance to. So there probably will be a second video to this fairly shortly, but for now is a quick update. My car, the engine is in. The turbo is on, the manifolds are on. I have made a modified version of my old exhaust with now a removable rear section, so I can add a catalytic converter if need be. A new screamer pipe, now the exit through the back of the bumper rather than underneath, because I felt like it. I prefer it that way. A bit less sleeper, but nah, I don't really care. You know, it's still a sleeper because nobody expects it to be what it is, but it's a bit less than I planned. Partly this would come because I was originally wanting to keep the standard plastic rear trim crap there, and it turned out with the exhaust and stuff, it weren't going to fit. So the only things left to do on this is the boost pipes, like the ones in the engine bay. Obviously the rest is done, but the engine bay ones need a bit of custom work, which is something that between me and Thomas needs doing, because he needs to be able to weld them up really, because I'm not good enough at TIG welding to do that. So yeah, we're going to probably do that tomorrow, but I want to make a quick video for you now, just so I've got a video up, and then in the next few days, once the car's finished, I'll do a proper video. But yeah, we're going to do that soon. I'm making some fuel system changes because originally it's been running that massive pump in the tank, and I was never that happy with it because there's no baffle for one, and just the way I had to make it to fit that pump in the tank was less than ideal. I wanted like a nicer, neater setup, and I'd have preferred a swirl pot too. So I decided I'm going, well, I've gone already, back to a standard fuel filter housing and a standard style pump, brand new of course. And then that is going to feed a swirl pot, and the swirl pot and the pumps from that will feed the engine. And here is the swirl pot in question. Pretty fancy billet thing. 3 inlets, 2 outlets. So you've got an inlet from the tank and 2 returns, which are inlets from the rail, and 2 feeds, because there is 2 pumps in there. It's 2 340 per litre per hour pumps, so fucking more than enough, about 1,000 horsepower worth of pump. And I'm going to be running 2 dual feeds, teeing into 1, and then to the rail, and then 1 return, but bigger than usual return, then which will go back to 2 and then into there. I've got a uprated rail on the way, which I've done purely so I can have a bigger return. So it's going to be, because basically it's -6 feeds, which is more than enough, and then it's -8 return, and then back to 2 -6s for back into the tank. So that'll be plenty. I'm just waiting on the rail and a couple of fittings to turn up, which also means I don't have to run the original style regulator. So I'm going to run this fancy radium one, which I've had for ages, and it means I've finally got a decent use for it. So that's all good. Apart from that, the car's pretty much ready to rock and roll. In other news, we are rapidly becoming a bit more organised. Spent a fucking fortune on stock. This is only a small amount of it, and as you can see, lots of mounts in progress, lots of all sorts in progress. Basically we decided, stuff it, let's spend a lot, let's get lots of stock built and ready and on the shelf, so anyone wants a 180 conversion set up, it's in stock. People contact us and be like, how much, when, and whatever. We can literally say, now, you can have it now. You pay for it, we can send it. Makes our life simpler and easier too. So, yeah, lots of stuff being built. There's lots of stuff there. There's lots of stuff that still hasn't arrived. This is the mock-up engine, which Thomas is currently using to make a custom loom. Well, it's not a custom loom, it's a modified loom. So a standard 180 loom, but modified to work to be plug and play into an MR2, much like that one there, really. He's not going to be making them generally for people. He's going to, once this is made, it's going to make a video and instructions explaining to people exactly what you have to do. Because he said himself, and quite a few people say, the standard 180 looms, the Volkswagen Audi looms, are of such good quality, unlike most looms of even other big manufacturers. They're so good, you can make a really nice loom out of them that it's almost pointless, even if you had the money to make a custom loom. These 180 looms are very, very good. And you just need to delete what you don't need and modify what you do need, and yeah. So this is one that's in progress. It's not quite finished yet, as you can see, but it's nearly there. This and one other is actually going to paying customers, but generally it's not going to be done for customers just because it's a lot of work, and it's easy enough for you guys to do it, and we're going to show you how to do it. In the future, no doubt, when we've got the spare money, we will get custom looms made, but it's genuinely a DIY job and if you got the instructions, even if you didn't want to do it, you could give it to any competent auto electrician and they would do it. So, but yeah, that's what this is being done for, the mock-up engine. So yeah, this once it's finished will be going to a customer. I can hear a noisy lorry outside. Thomas is still here. He's out there in the fucking dark. You can't even see him. But he's changing the turbo on his OM605 powered Volkswagen Crafter. Because the turbo he had on it, which was this one, an RHF 55V IHI turbo, shut itself the other day. It was very old when he fitted it, and it had had a hard life, but the thrust bearing seems to have gone because it's not good. And what that was making it do was the compressor wheel was hitting the housing, so making bad noises and not making any boost and chewing up the compressor wheel, so it's knackered. But he's got a replacement one, which is here, which actually, as well as being brand new, seems better. It's got the bigger compressor wheel and just looks really well made and not old and knackered like that one. He has to modify a few things to make it work, because these are normally electronic actuator and stuff from the factory. He's got a normal vacuum actuator on it, because obviously his setup's purely mechanical. So that's what all this is. That's an actuator under there. That's just heat shielding that he's put on it to stop it getting damaged by the manifold. But yeah, it's in progress, and he wants to finish it now, even though it's dark and about fucking 10 o'clock at night, I think it is, so we can drive it home. So he don't have to ride his motorbike home. So yeah, that's why that's there. And apart from that, there's just bits everywhere, because like that's that DSG box, because the conversion's now complete and it's all ready to go back to the customer. So a normal gearbox has been put back in the mock-up car, just so we can use this again. We put a KO4 back on it, and it can be back used as a mock-up vehicle for people's exhausts and so on, because we got, customers waiting for stuff. And yeah, so yeah, soon we've got, what else have we got? There's like that shelf is new, but we've got so much stuff coming. There's 2 more shelves like that to put up for the rest of the stuff and for just organising things. But yeah, we are rapidly sort of expanding But unfortunately, that's meant we ain't got much time to play with our own stuff at the moment. So this has been going slow and lack of video for 2 weeks because, to be fair, I was so busy, I didn't even know where this GoPro was until a few days ago. I thought I'd lost it. I couldn't remember where it was because I was so busy. So, yeah. In other news, I've bought a new car. Because my daily Seat is literally about to go to the scrapyard. It runs fine, but it is a piece of shit. And the MOT is about to run out. And it's not worth doing the work for an MOT to fix it because it is junky. It's not good condition. But you may or may completely not. Actually, I'm being stupid here because I know you're not going to be at all surprised. The car I just bought is another silver Mark III MR2. It's going to be my daily. I literally bought it 15 minutes ago before I filmed this video. I got it for a very good price in my opinion, more than I've ever spent on an MR2 before. As in, I've never spent over £1,000 before. Well, I've never even spent £1,000 before. This one I have, but it's got 48,000 miles on it, 2 owners from new, and since at least about, it's 5 or 6 years old. It's barely done 1,000 miles, well, between 1,000 and 2,000 miles a year, every year, since 2006, because they're fairly early cars, they're 2000, and since 2006 at the latest. You look at the MOT history, 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles every year. It's got very low miles, and it's tidy, so it's going to be my new daily. And then, yeah, standard at the moment, but I will 100% be putting a 180 in it. What I'm probably going to do is build a 180 like this used to be, so 300 or so brake on a fairly small turbo. It's going to be my daily, and I'm going to use it partly as a daily and partly as a bit of a demo car for this business, and so I can literally chuck people the keys and, you know, go try it, and that alone will sell one of these cars. Because as much as we go on about how fucking good they are, trust me, you fucking drive one with 180 in it and 10 minutes later you'll be like, yeah, you know, take my money. So I want to build one with basically a standard engine, I think a set of rods in it to be on the safe side, a fairly small turbo like a whole set HE221 or a HX27 like I had before, my old injectors which are like Ford GT500 ones, like 650cc or something, my old ECU because it's already mapped, it'll have launch control, it'll be whatever, it'll look pretty much standard. I might put some nice wheels on it, but I don't know, and just use it as a daily, a nice clean tidy daily, and a demo car. I can, you know, say, yeah, look, take it for a spin, see what you think. And yeah, I know what people's response will be when they come back, because it's, yeah, it's good. So that's the plan. I haven't picked it up yet. I literally bought it earlier, but it's a very low mile car, which means I can, the engine's good, which means I can sell the engine rather than throw them away like we normally do to these engines. Yeah, I know 2 ZZs aren't worth much, but no, 1 ZZ, sorry. But, you know, extra couple £100 for an engine, because you wouldn't want to buy a 1ZZ with 40 something thousand miles on the clock. But yeah, anyway, fairly short video. It's going to be like 15 minutes, maybe less, depending if I edit this or not. But yeah, actually, before we go, let's see what Thomas is doing. Thomas's motorbike, well, one of his motorbikes. This is his old school Tenere, Super Tenere 750. Like, this is like the old style one of his rally bike. But yeah, they're really good, Thomas said, and I think it looks cool as fuck. This wow retro, it's like 90 J-Reg 91. This is the car we're gonna 180 swap to sell fairly soon, as soon as we get a chance. Very tidy car, but we just haven't had time yet, because, you know, but that's why we're trying to organise everything. Can you imagine whenever all the products are ready and on the shelf, we can literally take this in and do the conversion, which we're going to do on video, the removal of the old engine and the putting in the new, and it'll literally just be taking stuff off the shelf, which is fucking hell, that's a dream come true for us. And yeah, Thomas is out here in the middle of the night working on his van. How you getting on, Thomas?
Oh, fucking... Well, no, actually it's going well.
It's gone alright, is it? That's alright.
Yeah. I just don't want to do it.
Well, yeah, it's not ideal being nighttime, dark, in the street, doing it, so... Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit.
Yeah, this isn't the best.
But hey, that turbo lasted for a long time anyway, so
yeah.
I can't complain.
I'm pretty confident this new turbo will be fine.
Yeah.
It looks very good quality.
It looks should be actually better.
Yeah, I know, it looks very good quality.
This is the thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get a... Well, I can't show them on video now, but yeah, when we had a look at the housing and stuff at the VNT on this one, this new one, it's been made very well. It's fucking good, so yeah, I'm pretty confident now.
You just have to get the support bracket off, have to enlarge that hole a little bit. It's kind of misaligned by a well.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing, a few things are slightly different on this one, isn't it? So
it's not much, the rest is fitted.
Yeah.
Exhaust housing is on, I'm gonna put a cartridge and the compressor on.
Yeah.
I might actually take it home today if everything is
you may
right.
as well, you're getting fucking close enough.
Yeah.
Do the bolts on the back for the downpipe, are they still at the same angle?
Do you know what? That's a good question.
I was looking at it, they look the same to me, but considering the other things are slightly different, I was like, I don't know, let's check. 'Cause that would spoil things a bit otherwise.
Yeah.
You got any longer bolts to put in it? They're close, I know they're definitely close from looking at it, but that's all I know.
I think. Oh. Maybe one to put on anyway. Just like a big slots on the flange. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be there.
Be all right.
To be
Good.
there.
Well.
So maybe, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, hopefully. But yeah, that'll do for this video, I think. If you don't know what the fucking noise is, it's the lorry next door. But yeah, time to go. That's my Seat. That'll be going to the scrapyard soon. It runs is fine, but it's not worth fixing. It's just too shitty. And you can get good money these days for scrap cars, so I ain't even gonna try and sell it. So yeah. Anyway, hope you like this random video. And yeah, Sylvia's still here because he keeps meaning to sell it, but it's just never got around to it. Don't want to buy it. It's very good. So yeah, see you in hopefully less than 7 days with some fancy pipe fabrication on mine, and maybe even it running, and some fuel system fancy shit too, because that's gonna look pretty good. So yeah, anyway, bye.